Once you sign the assisted living facility contract, what you don't know can lead to costly outcomes. Your grandmother signed the papers yesterday. The nursing home gave you a glossy brochure showing seniors laughing over bingo and staff members who looked like they genuinely cared. You felt relief. But here's what nobody tells you at the welcome tour. The same facilities advertising five-star care are banking on you never reading the incident reports hidden in their filing cabinets. Loneliness and bad food are actually the least of your worries. The real danger is what happens at 2 a.m. when the understaffed night shift ignores the call button for the third time. I'm going to expose the primary secrets the nursing home industry desperately hopes you'll never discover. Secrets that could save your loved one's life, your family's savings, and your own peace of mind. In many cases, the real regret often comes from realizing you traded safety for a system that quietly takes more from you than you ever expected. It starts with a glossy brochure. You see smiling seniors, engaged in vibrant activities. There's a beautiful garden, a pristine dining hall, and staff members who look like they stepped right out of a heartwarming movie. They promise peace of mind. They promise safety. They promise a community where your loved one will never feel lonely again. You sit at a polished mahogany table, a mountain of paperwork between you and the administrator. The pen feels heavy in your hand. You're signing for your loved one's care. You're signing for their meals. You're signing for their well-being. But what you don't see in the fine print are the secrets beneath this polished surface. Liability, arbitration, fee increases, activities canceled for lack of staff, night shift ratios like 15-1. That secure feeling is the most potent illusion before the curtain is pulled back. What you saw is only the tip of the iceberg. If the brochure is the trailer, are you ready to see the real movie? You remember the tour? You saw nurses at their stations, aides bustling, a hum of activity. It felt staffed. But that was Tuesday at 11 a.m. What you don't see is Saturday night or a holiday weekend. Staffing numbers on paper don't equal hands-on care. This industry is plagued by chronic understaffing. CNAs, the backbone of care, can be responsible for a dozen or more residents, bathing, dressing, feeding, turning to prevent bed sores. Imagine your father pressing his call button. He needs the bathroom. He waits 5 minutes, 10, 20. Desperation. In a properly staffed place, under 2 minutes. Here, the lone CNA is feeding someone with trouble swallowing. Someone down the hall has fallen. Your dad becomes one of many in constant triage. It isn't the aide's fault. It's a system that prioritizes profit over people. Understaffing has consequences. Falls when someone tries to get up alone. Malnutrition, dehydration. Care equals minutes per resident. When minutes shrink to moments, only mechanical tasks get done. Basic human necessities, conversation, gentle touch, listening, fall off the schedule. Administration meets minimum standards. These inadequate standards don't account for dementia or diabetes. Legally compliant can still mean dangerously understaffed. Agency nurses who don't know residents create chaos and inconsistency. Attentive care becomes an echo in a hallway of unanswered calls. If 7 minutes is all they have for you right now, what part of your humanity gets left behind? When one caregiver is pulled in too many directions, what suffers most? The body, the mind, or one's dignity? That first figure to move into the facility seems fair. Large, yes, but all-inclusive, or so the brochure says. Then the extra bills arrive, special laundry. Incontinence supplies you assumed were covered, medication administration by pill count. All-inclusive turns into a labyrinth of a la carte costs. Hidden deeply in the contract are the ancillary charges, levels of care. A reevaluation bumps mom to a higher, pricier tier, sometimes over a small change in assistance. This quiet revenue strategy, upcoding, banks on you not moving a settled loved one over a few $100s. This is a lot like a budget airline. The ticket first appears like an excellent deal. Then you end up paying for the seat, the bag, even a sip of water. Nursing homes have perfected a similar model of charging hidden fees, physical therapy co-pays, escort fees to appointments, and more. Suddenly your monthly cost climbs 20%, then 30%. Your careful budget shatters. By the time you notice, your loved one is settled. They have friends. Moving is traumatic. The facility knows. Once in, you're a captive consumer. Affordability was a mirage, shimmering until you got close enough to see it vanish. This isn't inconvenience, it's strategy. If your bill sprouted 5 surprise fees overnight, would you fight the nickel and dime hydra, or pay to keep the peace? Be honest, does it feel more like care, or an arcade claw game with your savings? You expect clean, you see sanitized floors and smell disinfectant, but the biggest threats are invisible. Communal living, close proximity, weakened immune systems, a perfect storm for rapid spread, flu, norovirus, pneumonia. Outbreaks can sweep fast. Understaffing fuels it. Rushed hands skip proper washing, turning caregivers into unwitting carriers. Add high antibiotic use and you get superbugs, MRSA, C. diff, lurking in plain sight. It's not one error, it's 1,000 tiny lapses, rails, shared equipment, catheter care. A mom's UTI turned to sepsis. The family heard common issue. What they didn't hear? 3 others on the hall had similar infections that week, a likely outbreak. Facilities fear scrutiny. Transparency dies protecting a pristine image. It's not just wiping a table. It's strict hand hygiene, isolating the sick, proper waste, and actually training staff. See clutter, overfull bins, or room to room without sanitizer? Those are red flags of weak infection control. How safe can you feel when the greatest danger is the one you can't see? Or worse, the one they won't show you? At first, the assisted nursing home felt like freedom. No more keeping up with pill bottles. The nurses were supposed to handle it all as trained professional. But medication errors are common. Wrong drug, wrong dose, wrong time. Sometimes a dose is missed entirely. One nurse, dozens of prescriptions, mix-ups loom. Antipsychotics are often misused as chemical restraints. This causes agitation, wandering, calling out. Your loved one is sedated instead of truly assessed for pain, fear, or loneliness. Side effects are severe. Falls, cognitive decline, even death. Convenience is valued over humanity. Imagine your parent gets a neighbor's blood pressure med. Or they're so sedated that they skip meals. Malnutrition follows. Meds are usually handed out in a rush. So, mistakes aren't possible. They're inevitable. Then there's poor communication between the facility, doctor, and pharmacy. Discharge orders are not updated. Side effects remain unnoticed. The promise of professional care can become a pharmaceutical roulette. Your move. Do you trust the dealer? Or do you count every chip, every dose, every time? Every family fears these worst-case scenarios. Through a fall, through neglect, through abuse. You trust the facility will call, document, investigate, and fix the problem. But many incidents go unreported. A night shift fall is downplayed. A bruise explained away. No mention of an altercation or rough handling. Documentation triggers investigations and fines. The incentive to make problems disappear is strong. Residents with dementia can't always explain. Staff notes become the official truth. A daughter sees a dark bruise. She demands footage. She uncovers that the camera was offline. There's no formal report. It comes down to her elderly mother's word against the facility's story. A common playbook: delay, deny, defend. While families are labeled difficult. You didn't sign away your right to know. Pull back the curtain, demand answers. When an injury has no witnesses and no report, did it ever really happen? Ready to say the magic words? Show me the documentation. These poor conditions can result in a slow erosion of the self. The bingo that was listed on the brochure. Well, it's a part of a rigid and unforgiving schedule in reality. Breakfast at 8, hungry or not. Baths only take place on scheduled days. Wake, sleep, eat, by policy. Small choices vanish, clothes, fresh air, timing. This isn't care, it's control. In understaffed halls, conversation dies. Worlds shrink to 4 walls. A person becomes 3B. A life of purpose is reduced to waiting for the next pill or plate. These dangers, understaffing, hidden fees, infections, medication errors, unreported incidents, loss of independence, create a place where the spirit dims. Be a fierce advocate. Ask staff ratios on every shift. Demand written ancillary fees. Review infection stats and incident reporting policies. Nursing homes aren't inherently bad places, but many are built for profit. not people. Don't be fooled by the tour. Consider in-home care, community living, or transparent options for assisted living. The greatest regret I carry isn't just moving into a nursing home, it's not asking the questions that could have changed everything. So, what will you ask first?